It's the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Welcome to Memorial Day episode of the Mike Prince Show. It is our mission to try to bring you some news you could use. Today is no exception to the rule. Follow me on Twitter at the Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel is the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Our website is obnradio.com. And if you have one of those smart devices, all you have to do is say, hey, play the latest episode of the Mike Prince Show. And just like that, you'll have everything that you need. With all that being established, let us jump into today's episode. I want to give a congratulations to the FAMU Rattlers winning the 2023 Southwestern Athletic Conference baseball tournament in Atlanta, Georgia. Their victory over the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats of 9-6 set a new standard, if you would. The two newest programs playing for the championship on the baseball side of things. I was anticipating this when they first got introduced to coming to the conference because of the baseball play that they've always brought to the table. And it was exciting to add that depth of competition to the Southwestern Athletic Conference. And it only took 2 seasons before these guys were actually playing for all the marbles. But it was an overall very competitive tournament. You had everything that could possibly happen in a baseball game happen throughout the course of the tournament. And I think the conference should be well pleased with the overall product. Now, some teams will have to go back to the drawing board to see what they need to do to get over that hump, to see how they can dig even deeper in their program building throughout the conference. In particular, of course, those who were outside looking in, the Mississippi Valley, Alabama, A&M, University of Arkansas, at Pine Bluff, and Alcorn, obviously, will have to do some building and readjustments. Texas Southern, Prairie View, Jackson State stumbled. You get to look at the Southern universities. They had some struggles. And when you look at the balance of the Final Four, you had 3 Eastern teams in comparison to the 1 Western team. And in all fairness, Grambling even ran out of gas. And when you look at those that remain standing, your Alabama State, your Bethune-Cookman, and the champion FAMU, what do they have in common? Well, you can somewhat look at their baseball schedules, their programs. Yes, we know the Florida teams have historically had great weather throughout the most part of the year, but you can argue the same, at least for your Texas schools. Alabama is somewhat in that tweener state, but they play a very strong baseball Division I schedule. So how do you build from there? How do you add to the, let's say, the smorgasbord of baseball programs that make up the Southwestern Athletic Conference? Is it all about budgets? Yes and no. It's about digging deep, finding those diamond in the roughs, and finding pitchers that you can use. Might not be able to use them all the time, but at least have enough pitching depth and confidence in the pitcher that you have on your roster to contribute at some point. And when you look at those teams that remained, in particular, your FAMU, Bethune-Cookman, Alabama State, deep pitching rotations, not necessarily guys that's blowing you out of the box, but guys that know how to throw pitches, when to throw pitches. And might I add, the 3 teams that we just made mention of have very strong fielding percentages. They take advantage of the opportunities of mistakes that you as an opponent make, and then they minimize their opponents with strong defensive play, with good hitting situations in play, small ball when necessary, long ball when needed, and everything seemed to work out just a tad bit above the normal status. So now, how do we build? Where do we go? Will there need to be adjustments made? Of course. Now, depending on who you ask, some coaches, from what we've gathered, have been relieved of duty throughout the conference. We'll have some more confirmation coming on that before we could actually go into deepness of that throughout the conference. But you're going to have to get new players, new thoughts and philosophies, and everything that makes up a strong, legitimate program. Once again, when we look at the footprint of Texas, in a great place to do some great things, and hopefully things can start turning in that direction. So overall, if you had to do a ranking of the tournament, I'm going to give it an 8.5, maybe a 9 for play from top to bottom. Just some extraordinary play and competition from day one. I want to give a shout out to the Swag Digital Network, Coach Kador. You had but you had Charles Bishop, Charles Edmond, and Centurial Black with the baseball coverage from A to Z, with the exception of Z being the actual championship game. However, I did discover the audio broadcast for the Cat Eye Network, which was Bethune-Cookman coverage, was able to catch them for a few games during their coverage of the tournament. Guys did an exceptional job. And so it's just always good to know that the brand is still moving forward and, might I add, picking up some momentum. So we'll see how the draw goes for the FAMU Rattlers as they get ready to represent the conference in the 2023 version of the NCAA Baseball College World Series. So congratulations to the Rattlers. Congratulations to the Wildcats, and congratulations to all the teams that qualified for the Southwestern Athletic Conference baseball tournament. Did you like the atmosphere in Atlanta, Georgia? Well, you might as well get used to it, at least for the next 2 years. The conference had committed to a 3-year deal with Atlanta and Georgia Tech facilities to have the tournament go on. So overall, I'd have to give it a very good passing grade for the Southwestern Athletic Conference baseball tournament. Hope you guys are enjoying and remembering the significance of Memorial Day. Thank those veterans who gave their lives. Thank those who are serving right now. And let us continue to enjoy the freedom that we have been awarded through those brave men and women. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. My time has come where I must exit stage left. Thank you guys so much for joining in with us. And until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.